Treasure of Matecumbe is certainly an interesting film. I am kind of flabbergasted that it's got a universal rating according to IMDb because I don't think any film that features the KKK, however brief, should be suitable for young children. There are other things in this film that I would think would make it unsuitable for young children as well. So I don't necessarily agree with that rating. That's just worth bearing in mind if you're considering watching this with a young child. It's on Disney Plus, and it's one of Disney's films that has a warning at the beginning saying that there are depictions of characters that would not be depicted this way today. Sometimes I think Disney are doing a bit of overkill with those notices. Not on this occasion. There are definitely quite a few things that do not paint people in favourable lights. We have a history of slavery. There is the aforementioned KKK. Not that I'm suggesting they're painting the KKK in a bad light, because I feel like it's a pretty accurate representation here, at least as far as my knowledge goes. But we also have Native American characters and some others where it's awkward. It really is. But if you look around that, it's not a bad film. It's about two young boys, and these boys are on the run with a treasure map, and they're also being chased, and they're in a pretty difficult situation. These are played by Johnny Doran and Billy Attmore, and they were both wonderful young actors. They gave brilliant performances, and on their journey to try and track this down, they're also trying to locate one of the boys' uncles. They meet various adults along the way, and this includes Lauriette, played by Joan Hackett, and we have the brilliant Snodgrass. Snodgrass is a snake oil salesman, and I loved the character. He's played by Peter Ustinov, and I just thought he was absolutely fantastic. And we also have Robert Foxworth playing Uncle Jim. And they all group together and try and carry on with this journey as the boys try and find this treasure, again, while they're being pursued. So it's both a race forward while also constantly looking back. And I think the pacing was brilliant. It's a really long film. It's just shy of 2 hours, but it manages to keep the pace steady. There are times when it gets a little bit quicker, of course, but it never really felt like it dragged, considering it is a long film. Most scenes offer something. Sometimes it offers something that's maybe not that pleasant to a contemporary audience today, but certainly there's always something going on that's interesting or fascinating to look at. We have, alongside some great performances, we have some really great music. The music in this is by Buddy Baker, and the music I thought was very effective. It's also beautifully filmed. We have a lot of time spent on or around water, and the water is it just looks stunning. And it rains at one point, and the rain is beautiful. It is a really beautiful film to look at in terms of the atmosphere. But of course, there are scenes that are really dark, and I just don't think, I mean, who am I to say, but I personally would not be comfortable showing this film to a young child. Basically, anybody of primary school age, anybody the age of the young boys in the film, I think are too young to watch this. There are plenty of scenes where it's fine, it's a fun adventure story, but there are quite a few darker scenes. And that's not to say children can't watch darker content. It's important that they get a good overview of the whole world and its problems and what it's like. But I think there's a time and a place, and I don't think this is the way to introduce toddlers to the Ku Klux Klan. It's not the greatest idea. But if you're slightly older than toddler age, and it sounds like it could appeal to you, I'd say check it out. I honestly didn't think I'd enjoy it. When I started watching it, I thought, I'll watch it, I'll tick it off my list as a Disney film I have to see, and I'll move on. But actually, it was fine. It was quite good in places. The characters were all really great, and as I said, I have a particular fondness for Snodgrass. I just think he was brilliant. I don't always agree with his actions, but as a character, with Ustinov's performance, I really enjoyed that part of it. So definitely it has some great things to offer, some less than great things as well. So you have to take the good with the bad. But if you are older than a child, I would personally say check it out if you're a Disney fan. It's directed by Vincent McEvity, I don't think I mentioned that, and written by Don Tate, based on the novel A Journey to Matecumbe by Robert Louis Taylor. Obviously, I haven't read it. If you have read it and want to comment on how it compares, I'd be very interested to learn about that. But for now, I'm pleased to have seen Treasure of Matecumbe. I liked it a lot more than I was expecting to, but I do agree with Disney's warning at the beginning. That's not often the case for me, but on this occasion, I definitely do. But nevertheless, if you're a Disney fan, or if it sounds like your kind of film, I'd say The Treasure of Matecumbe is worth checking out.